tickles your fancy. Get that, check it out. And what? What was
I
that?
hate that saying. I don't like that saying.
You don't like tickles your fancy?
Yeah, it feels gross.
You want
End
to
the
allow?
podcast.
Hey there, hi there, ho there. Welcome to the Better Merch, Better Marketing podcast. I am one of your hosts, Kirby Hasseman, and I am going to desperately try to maintain my good mood because this is try number three of recording this podcast. So technology has not been our friend so far. So we're going to give
It has
it
not.
another try. I'm one of your hosts. Your other host is with me here in the building. We're trying to use the same Wi-Fi. It's clearly not working. Jade Kreider, how are you?
I'm much better because I'm not the one that has to try and edit this later. So I'm actually in a great mood. I'm big chilling and I'm just here to have fun. I'm
It's
not sure
been
why
an
I got an accent on that, but that's beside the point.
it's been an interesting day, that's for sure. But
It
hey,
has.
yeah. So if you're new around here, this is the Better Merch, Better Marketing podcast, and it's brought to you by Hasseman Marketing. Hasseman Marketing, we try to deliver marketing joy. We always say we want to help you elevate your merch and your marketing. You can learn more about us at hassemanmarketing.com. We've got all kinds of tools on there. If you're in marketing, there's our target marketing framework. We've got the hiring framework for those of you who are doing hiring or in HR. So please check that out. All right, let's give this a run. We starting from the top here, and we should know the topics. So that's good.
Yeah. Hmm.
So I will lead the way on topic number one, uh,
Love it.
that we are calling McDonald's and nostalgia marketing.
Hmm.
If that topic has or that phrase has not been coined yet, we're doing it trademark
Uh-huh. We
right
are.
now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've talked about this a couple different times on this podcast about nostalgia marketing, and we're seeing a lot of that.
Hmm.
Where mascots are making a comeback and different collaborations they're doing sort of out of nostalgia, and we're seeing McDonald's is bringing back the Monopoly game. And the
Hmm.
Monopoly game, for those who don't know, used to be you'd be able to tear off a little card and it would have, Park Place or, Baltic, whatever. Um, and you put these together and you'd be able to win prizes. And so the more you bought, the more chances you had to win. It was a neat game. And they're bringing it back, but they're bringing it back, I think, in their app, which I think is interesting. So,
Hmm.
Jade, what do you think? Do you think it's a good idea to do this?
Hmm.
What is your take on McDonald's bringing Monopoly back?
I think it's super interesting for kind of a multitude of reasons because obviously, again, you said it, the nostalgia marketing, it's totally back. People are loving boom boxes again. People are bringing back the nostalgic Christmas where it's all colorful and every decoration is obnoxious. And I think there's something to that of like, if it brings you joy, why not kind of relive it? And so I think this is a fun way. McDonald's is obviously playing into it, but then in the same token, I think it's genius to do it on the app. We kind of talked about that that it's not only, again, obviously, we're on our phones 24/7. So if you can make it on the app, and even as simple as they have their app, where a lot of times they'll do rewards that incentivize you to come back to McDonald's. And so it's smart on 1,000 different levels. And so I think it's really genius, frankly. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm with you. I think it is. We talk a lot here about the idea of rented media versus owned media. And
Hmm.
um, I think that this ties sort of nostalgia marketing into a little bit more high tech. By
Hmm.
them getting you to come back into the app, they are capturing your information. They're able to communicate with you directly. They're able to um, kind of promote different specials, all those sort of things, but
Hmm.
within an app that is I think it's really powerful. So I love the idea. I love the gamification of any marketing, right?
Hmm. Right.
And I do think that, as I said, nostalgia marketing. I was just in a meeting this week with a client. We were talking about jingles and mascots, and I like,
Hmm.
do they make sense? Yeah, I think they do. Obviously, it's based on per brand, but I am seeing. the public lean into that. And so I love what McDonald's is doing, and I love tying it from sort of that old school thing into the app. And I think I, my guess is it's going to be pretty successful.
Well, and two other things that actually, while you were chatting, I literally just thought of is number one, that some of us want to like relive those, like, again, nostalgic moments, but like kid moments. Like, I babysit for my friends' kids sometimes, and I live for it because then I get to play board games again. Like, sometimes
Mm.
it's fun to do those little things. Like, I don't always sit down as a grown up and play Monopoly.
Yeah.
However, when it's something kind of fun, like it kind of incentivizes it. And I forgot the second point, so clearly it wasn't that important in my brain. I was really excited to tell you that I wanted to play Monopoly. So I that's really
Yes.
apparently as far as I got with that. But I think it's really smart. And oh, that's what it was. It is a way to McDonald's is obviously always on your brain, but if you can do a fun special or something like that to get it at the top of people's brain, that's what this feels like to me is it's them just kind of like, all right, what can we do to grab people's attention and again kind of thing. And so I think it's a fun way to grab your crowd back kind of thing, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and I think any time you can create a promotion where you get more chances to win by the more you
Hmm.
purchase, I mean,
Yeah,
it's just I think it's super solid business strategy. Okay, so if
agreed.
you have an opinion about this, we'd love to hear about it. If you like the idea
Yeah.
of McDonald's doing monopoly, if you don't like it, let us know
Hmm.
your 2 cents. We always want to hear it.
I love it.
Um, all right, so topic number two. Um, so as we record this, we always try to do the transparency. We record on Wednesdays generally. This drops on Fridays. So this is October 1st as we are recording this. So
Hmm.
it's the first day of October, but it's also the first day of the fourth quarter. So
Hmm.
one of the things that we do as an organization is we sit down quarterly and look over our company goals and then our individual goals inside the company. And so,
Hmm.
what I wanted to do again is
Hmm.
to chat about goals with you. I wanted to ask you about this, Jade. Do you prefer to set yearly goals? Do you like the cadence of quarterly goals? Have you already thought of those goals? Or are you gonna, like, as I always say, Dukes of Hazzard, slide into the meeting,
Hmm.
writing them down right before we go? What say you about quarter 4 goals?
Yeah. So a couple parts to it. I set yearly goals, and I typically forget what they are at this point. So,
Mm.
I think quarterly goals can be kind of crucial if for nothing else, just staying on top of it kind of thing so that you can, um, come back, like circling back, looking back on even in this meeting, we'll look back on our Q3 numbers, and that's kind of nice too, but also setting the new goals to get you kind of hyped about a lot of those things. So it's kind of a combination effort. I always look forward to it for both of those reasons. Um, and I think truthfully, I kind of forgot that the meeting was tomorrow until this morning. And we've talked about it before, but I've been doing some sales coaching. And the coach, shout out JQ, has been amazing. And one of the things she was really talking about was kind of going in, looking at your numbers. So if there's a client, looking at how much you've done with them in the last year, and then figuring out what you truly believe you think you can do with them in the next quarter, and doing it based off of research and like putting a lot of like back end stuff into it and seeing how much you truly think you can grow with them so that at the end of the quarter, you're not only hitting those numbers, but you're exceeding those numbers because you've then set your goals around a realistic opportunity and then kind of stretched it, of course, a little bit more because you got to stretch those goals. But so one of the things I want to do probably tonight while I sit at your dinner table and come up with some goals is to just go back and see how many presentations do I realistically think that I can fit into my schedule? Obviously, we did our show very recently. So I get to free up a little bit more time on my schedule. So what I think I can do with that extra time and how much I think I can grow. And so I'm actually really looking forward to our meeting and seeing what you think of some of the goals that I do come up with. So curious, what about you?
Yeah. So I'm a
A
big
lot,
goal
sorry.
setting. Yeah, no, it's good. That's perfect. That's exactly what I was asking. I'm a big goal setting person.
Hmm.
I've set goals for years. I'm a believer historically in setting bigger goals.
Hmm.
But I just read a book called The Science of Scaling by Dr. Benjamin Hardy, and it's got my wheels turning in a pretty big way. So in that book, he talks about the importance of setting an impossible goal.
Mhm.
An impossible goal might be 10x what you're currently doing, but then also
Mhm.
shrinking it into a timeline that feels impossible too. And what that does is it forces out all of the distractions. It creates a lot more focus. So you can't do all, and again, for someone like me who likes the shiny objects, right? It's like
Mhm.
the only way you could do this is if you do this very focused path and go all in on that
Mhm.
path. Um, and he talks about raising the floor, which is something that I've thought a lot about. And what that means is you get rid of doing the dumb shit that doesn't actually make you money. It's just
Mhm.
right.
Mhm.
And so it's been a great time for me to listen to that book. And so
Yeah.
it's reframed a little bit of what I'm thinking about for quarter four because
Mhm.
I've got my kind of impossible
Mhm.
goal almost set.
Great.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
exactly right. Uh, but it's like, okay, so then what does that mean for quarter four for me?
Mhm.
And so literally on my board over there, I've got like four things I should be doing on a daily basis if I'm
Mhm.
serious about that, right? If I'm serious about
Mhm.
this impossible goal, then I
Mhm.
should not be doing a couple of these other things I'm working on. I should be doing these
Yeah.
things. And
Mhm.
so I I'm actually re-energized by that. And so I'm excited
Mhm.
to jump into our meeting too. And I will say we do it quarterly. I think you will agree with me is that then at the end of the quarter, we go over what did we say we were going to do and how did we do?
And did you do it? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the big one. Not in a
And
judgmental way, but just did you?
yeah, it's an
We do a good job of that, I
accountability
think.
thing without
Right.
beating you up, right?
Shame.
I think
Yeah. Hmm.
But I think that's powerful because you're like, oh gosh, I know that I'm about to meet with the whole team and we got to talk about that.
Hmm.
And so that's been successful. And I do think that the quarterly cadence is good, right? Because the whirlwind gets in the way, right? You mentioned
Hmm.
writing it down and then I'm forgetting what it is. I think having those shorter
Hmm.
time spans works for the way my brain works. So
Hmm.
I'm excited
Well, and
about it.
one of the other things we do at our office, which is this is the shout out to you. I mean, I know I semi run this meeting now, but we do a Monday meeting too. And our Monday meeting is the where we talk about our rock that we're going to work on for the week. It's we pick a goal of the goal that we set for the quarter and we say what we're going to do to work towards it that week. And I think sometimes that holds a level of accountability too. And it's a good like, we check in on it each Monday, unless of course something crazy's gone on. But we check in on it each Monday, and I think it's another way of me going, ooh, haven't even thought about that one. Probably should do that tomorrow. Yeah, exactly. And so I think that's another, again, I know you read a book on it. I got it. I'm just kidding. I'm totally just making sure. But I think it is a cool way to kind of keep up with those goals. And I think it's helped our team, frankly, set not more realistic because we do still stretch ourselves. But for a little while, we were going, yeah, I'm going to send out 1 million presentations this week. And I was looking
Mhm.
around like, I don't think I'm going to do that.
Mhm. Yeah.
So it's kind of helped us to like truly set things that we are really going to work towards. And so I think that's a cool thing that we do too.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. Again, if you're hearing this and you want to share your quarter four goals, or if you have any goal
Hmm.
setting tips, share them in the comments. I appreciate it. Okay,
Keep us
let's jump
posted.
to topic number three. Do you want to lead this one, or do you want me to?
I'm on it because I printed out my information, so I'm ready.
Go for it.
Okay. So the next one we're kind of talking about is really just LinkedIn in general and kind of the growth of LinkedIn. So I found an article that says, believe it or not, the platform is I'm gonna try again. The platform best known for uploading your resume and job hunting has been one of the hottest movers and shakers since the pandemic upended our lives. In 2023, the platform reached 1 billion global users, including an impressive 211 million in the United States. And I think it's super interesting, kind of for a multitude of reasons because of the sales course and stuff like that that I've been working on, but just in general, that LinkedIn is kind of on the rise. So I'm curious to hear your thoughts on it.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I
Hmm.
it's become one of my favorite platforms.
Hmm.
not because in those of you who are connected with me on LinkedIn, I think you'll agree. I'm not because I'm sending spammy sales emails all the time because that's the downside, right, of LinkedIn, and we
Yeah.
all know it. But I also think that the more you push out, I find that the more you push out, the less you get of that crap,
Uh-huh.
because you are actually pushing some good and providing some value to the
hmm
platform. Um,
Yeah.
but I think there is a ton of opportunity in order to engage the people that you want to do business with, to learn more
hmm
about them, to
Yeah.
provide content to them. And I think that the platform, and the algorithms are always changing, but I think that algorithm is still rewarding uh, good
hmm
content at this point. So I agree, and I am excited by that.
I have kind of two parts to that. Number one, you're going to get those spammy messages no matter
Sure.
what, but there is ways to also gain clientele without sending the spammy messages. Like I've been adding people, but then I just try and continue to share some of the good stuff that I'm sharing. And it's actually, ironically, I should probably do a better job of reaching out to some people. And even still, people have reached out to me just because they're like, oh, that's a cool product, or oh, that's this. And so there's ways to connect with people on LinkedIn in a sales way without being, hi, here's what I do. Ta-da,
Mhm.
next. Because we all get tired. The reaction that I had to that sentence is clearly we all feel that a little bit. But the other part of that is I think it's really cool too for for personally, I love it for right before I'm about to go to a work event or an industry event or this or that. It's a cool way to check in on see how someone's doing in a professional way. Like in a
Yeah.
way that I can go to a one of the events that I'm going to here at the end of the month to receive an award. I can go and go, oh, hey, so and so just got this award. I saw that on LinkedIn because I might not see that as much on Instagram. And so it's almost more like my doom scroll for work, if that makes sense. I almost feel like I'm doing a productive doom scroll if I'm scrolling on LinkedIn. And so I really like it for that aspect, but I'm
Yeah.
also for it for the sales side of it too. So,
Well, and here's my sort of hack. When I'm doing
hmm
LinkedIn really well, I'm engaging with other people's content.
hmm
Not like I can fall into, because we create a lot of content, and I particularly
hmm
create a lot of content. I can fall into the habit of just pushing, not pushing
hmm
product, but just pushing out content. I
Right.
find that when I go and engage with my audience, the people I'm
hmm
following, it's remarkable how that's reciprocated.
Oh,
So
yeah.
yeah, so if you are struggling on LinkedIn, obviously, um, creating and sharing content, curating
hmm
other good content is kind of step
hmm
two, and then just engage. Because I always
Yes.
say that everybody's got that voice in their head that tells them that they're not good enough, they're not smart enough, and
hmm
they feel silly sharing. So you engaging with them is a good way for them to see your name in a non-threatening
hmm
way, and then they feel some good about you because you're engaging with their content. So that's a I think a
Well, that,
hack.
and if you would like someone to, one of the groups that I'm in, we kind of share each other's posts with each other and stuff. So if you are looking for a person to share your posts with and comment on each other's posts, send it my way. I'll interact with all your stuff. Send it to me and you can interact with mine and we'll exchange likes and comments. So I'm here for that too.
Yeah, follow me.
Follow
Um, yeah.
me,
All
as
right.
Quincy, my nephew, would say.
That's right. All right. So we have a product of the week, do we not?
Oh yeah, I guess it is time for that, huh? We are super duper excited. One of our suppliers recently partnered with Hydro Peak. Shout out to our friends at Gold Bond. And I'm really excited about this. I don't have all the exact information on it, so as always, we will be sending out some information with our weekly email. But I love the Hydro. It's funny, I pulled these out
Mhm.
in my office, and John goes, that's the one I used to have. Can I have one of those? That's usually a good sign. We usually like to see that. These are the ones that a lot of times you'll see at some of the brand name stores, the TJ Maxx and stuff like that of the world. And so they're a little bit more budget friendly than, say, a Stanley, but they're about the same quality. And so I'm really excited that they have some of these in stock. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
I'm very
I'm
excited.
excited about those because anytime you can get a retail brand that doesn't break the bank and does, because again,
Mhm.
in retail they've got to pass a certain quality perspective and that sort of thing. So
Right.
that's really cool. All right, I like that
They're
one. That's really
cute.
good. Okay, and so finally we finish each week with a shout out. So if you know of an organization, a person, whatever, doing good in the world, let us know. Just send those to us because we do like to give shout outs. This week was obvious, but
Hmm.
some of these organizations have been doing good so much that I almost wanted to
You
change it up,
overthink
but
it.
yeah, and I decided that I was completely overthinking it. So
Hmm.
yesterday, I attended a groundbreaking ceremony here in Coshocton County. It's actually in Conesville. So we used to have a ginormous AEP coal burning plant, and it got uh, disposed of, and they're repurposing the land. And so that work has been being done since 2020, and it was kind of an iconic
Yeah.
uh, property in Coshocton. You could see the big stacks. You could see
Hmm.
them for miles. So you knew you
Hmm.
were getting close to home when they were there. And so when those came
Right.
down, it was kind of emotional for a lot of people in the community. And so to
Hmm.
see that land being redeveloped is really
Hmm.
cool. So there's going to be a data center going there. It's aligned data centers. It's being
So cool.
developed by a company called Frontier. And then locally, the Coshocton Port Authority got a ton of shout outs yesterday. That's what I feel like I talk about the Port Authority a lot on here, but they're doing
Hmm.
like the commissioners, the Port Authority, the city, all of those organizations came together to create this opportunity. And I get
Hmm.
really excited about my community when collaboration like this is happening, and I'm seeing it
Hmm.
everywhere. And so,
Right.
shout out, shout out, shout out. Appreciate the good work that you're doing. Let's keep it up. It is, we're already seeing the impact, and it's just begun.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
it's hard not to get excited. So that's my shout out.
So exciting. Killed that. Love that.
All right. Well, hey, third time's a charm. We
We did
killed it. All
it.
right. So this is the Better Merch, Better Marketing podcast. Like I said, it's brought to you by Hasseman Marketing. Please check us out. Go to hassemanmarketing.com. You can get the target marketing framework for free. You can get the target hiring framework for free, whichever tickles your fancy. Get that, check it out. And what? What was
I
that?
hate that saying. I don't like that saying.
You don't like tickles your fancy?
Yeah, it feels gross.
I you want
End
to
the
let
podcast.
All right. Well, that's going to wrap up this episode. We'll see you next time.
See you. Bye.